Hello and welcome to another episode of Issues and Insights. I'm Bryce Shoemate from Hardin County Government, and you know, it is beginning to look a lot like Christmas, and we've already had a taste of ice, we've had a taste of snow, and it's come earlier this year than when we've ever had it come through. So one of the things that we try to do to keep you informed on what's going on in Hardin County Government is to also help you know what's going on in our snow route. Since we've already gotten ice and snow early this year, we've got Dwight Morgan, our county road supervisor, and Michael Steck, our assistant county road supervisor, and Daniel London, our deputy county judge executive, with us here this morning to talk to you all about what goes on when we start having harsh road conditions out here. So gentlemen, thank you all for being part of our show today. And I know Dwight, from us talking the night of the ice storm, because we were up literally all night. In fact, I called and woke you up, didn't I? It's like, time to get out of the bed, big boy. So, I mean, we actually have had quite an engagement of harsh conditions already.
Yes, we have. It's been a very early season this year, so, yeah.
I know a lot of our folks that are watching this show would be asking, what goes into the preparation for county snow removal plan?
Well, Bryce, in years past, of course this is my first year, we have normally start out with a early meeting with various departments in the county government that is responsible for our facilities at the county government, such as emergency services, the detention center, and Mike, you'll have to help me on that last one up.
It'll be all of our EMS buildings, the dog pound.
So building and grounds, basically.
Yeah, and our inner buildings and grounds, yes.
So we had a meeting with several other departments, including, you know, like some of the detention center guys help us out with removal of snow cleanup on those county properties, is kind of what that meeting was about. And then we also invited the Hardin County Schools transportation for the bus garage. They were there, and we kind of informed them on how we go through the process of tackling the county roads. So we had a face-to-face with them.
I believe, do you all have like the county divided up in regions, or how do you all do that?
We do. We have 5 areas in the county, and they have priority roads and secondary roads. And obviously we take care of our priority roads first. Those are all the roads that are connecting roads, connecting county roads to county roads to state roads. Those roads are also listed on the county website, and people can go to that, and there's a complete listing of those roads on the county website. So, Michael, you got anything you want?
I know, Michael, when we get that going on and we've got snow coming in, a lot of people call the road department and are asking, when are you going to clear my road? And kind of tell them how that works. I know you've got 1 or 2 people in each area.
Right. So we've got the county divided into 5 areas, like the White said. Those areas are just for our snow removal purpose. They aren't magistrate districts or anything like that. And we're going to try and have at least 2 trucks in each area for our snow removal plan this year. And then, like Dwight said, we're going to hit priority roads first. Those areas and priority roads you can see on the county website. And then after priority roads are done, we will then go into dead-end roads, subdivision roads, that kind of stuff. Depending on the snowfall, you know, it might not be the first day that we even get off priority roads. I mean, if we're getting a couple inches an hour and it's continuous, we'll maintain those through roads before we ever go into subdivision type streets or dead end streets.
And one of the things that we try to do for you all that are watching our show right now, one of the things that we try to do is I work with Michael and Dwight, and they give me information and I send it out to our local media. We try to broadcast on our local radio stations and put it out through the News Enterprise website exactly what our folks are working on and what's going on so that we can keep you informed as well as what's going on. And like they said, like Michael said, if you all are wondering what region or what area your road is on, if you'll go on Hardin County's website, that's hcky.org, the list is on there for the snow removal plan. And you know, Daniel, I know that you and the Judge Executive's office get some calls and so on too. I know that that plan is very important for us to carry that out that way.
It is. And first, Bryce, I want to start off. I owe you an apology on behalf of myself, Michael, and Dwight. We didn't get the memo on Ugly Sweater Day, so I apologize. We left you out by yourself, not giving you much company there in that. But hey, yeah, we do, and rightfully so. You know, people obviously are concerned about their streets and being able to pass. First and foremost, what I say is drive carefully. We are doing everything we can to get to each and every road as these guys have outlined. As you can imagine, just as Michael said, if we have snow coming down a couple inches an hour, we're trying to make sure that those main highways that are highly traveled are remaining clear, because those are the ones that are the greatest threat to the motoring public. So that's the first thing to keep in mind. Second thing I want to point out, it's no secret in the county our roads have some challenges. Obviously, if you're driving each day, you're hitting a pothole, going over a rough spot. These guys are out almost 24/7 under snow conditions. And then we have to come back out after that and try and patch potholes and clean up as much as possible. We just ask for people's patience in that regard. We've also, as a result of citing our tough conditions in our roads, we're going to back off salt this year. Something that I want to make sure the public understands is when we apply salt to a road, it's acidic. So it's eating our roads up. And given the condition that they're in, at this point, we are actually putting ourselves through additional challenge by applying high levels of salt. So salt will be limited to dangerous, challenging intersections, curves, and hills this year. Obviously, we will scrape everything that we can. Sunlight is the best thing for a road in terms of getting it cleaned up. So we'll back off that salt quite a bit. An important note as a result of that, we've lost $600,000 in funding over the last couple of years from the state for our road fund. So that has made it incredibly difficult to get back out and resurface roads and keep them up to what people expect them to be, and we expect, frankly. So that's a challenge, and again, we're doing everything we can to maintain these the best we can.
So with saying that, backing off salt, will that mean that you back off of the areas that you brine as well, or will they continue to brine some of the streets? So I know that keeps the snow from sticking, somewhat bonding to.
Yeah, we'll actually be, and Dwight may want to pitch in on this. We'll back away from the brine as well. There's actually evidence that's been given to us from the state that doesn't work as well as what most people expect it to or think it does. And again, you almost have to be perfect in your timing in applying that as well, because obviously if you apply it at the wrong time, it's going to get washed off the road. And again, you're putting an acidic solution on the road, which again is eating the blacktop up.
And to add to that, it amounts to our manpower that we have, obviously, and the timing. And Daniel said the timing, absolutely, the timing is so important on being able to apply that at the right time. And obviously, our guys come in at a set time every day. And in a lot of those cases, it just depends on when that's going to hit. That would cause overtime and so forth. But we just don't have the proper equipment. We don't have enough trucks to put that equipment on and the manpower to apply that. And it's such a short window, and for what it would do for us, for the amount of time that it would take, it's just not economically feasible to do it.
And it seems like a lot of our systems that hit Kentucky start off as rain first.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you did put it down, it would wash it off. You know, and so then we wasted what we had.
Absolutely.
How many miles of county road do we take care of, or how many? I should say this: how many miles of road does the county take care of?
We've got 936 roads, Bryce, and approximately 563 miles of county roads. So, and it's various topography. You've got to keep in mind that our county is much different in so many areas. We've got a lot of hills, with steep inclines, with very, very narrow roads. And then we've got other areas that are flat. So, and as Daniel spoke before, those areas that are dangerous, we will be applying salt on those hills and curves. But those other areas that are flat, people just need to use a good discretion when they're driving and be careful and make sure that they just space out, give yourself plenty of room between vehicles and give yourself time to get to work.
And talk about, I want to interrupt just a minute, talk about topography. One of the challenges that Dwight and Michael have had with the road department this year is the rusting out of culverts. So as you cross county roads, most of them at this point, you're going to see where we've open cut roads to replace culverts. So keep in mind that as you're crossing some of these roads, you're going to have dips and humps and so on as a result of some of the maintenance we're doing. They have to let that settle before we put a top cap on it. But it highlights again some of the challenges we've had. This has been an awful year in terms of replacing culverts. I'm not sure how many you all have replaced this year.
Some of that salting of roads doesn't help those
it doesn't.
culverts.
And then a lot of them are setting in water all the time because of low topography. So.
Well, guys, I know that our time has gone by quick, and I knew it would. Is there any information that you would like for the public to be aware of as our closing thought here as we go off the air?
Well, just some things to keep in mind is obviously to keep at any time that you can, like in your subdivisions, these are probably the worst areas of cars that are parked alongside the road or maybe in cul-de-sacs. Please remove those the night before if you know there's a storm coming in, because those guys are driving tandem axle dump trucks. In a lot of cases, they have to back out of those type of areas, and when they do that, they could go off the shoulder of the road, and it happens. They get hung up. In some cases, it might cause the truck to turn over.
Right.
So it's very important to keep vehicles off our roads and streets. And also, we've had issues over the past years with the basketball goats. So anything that's sitting close to the road, we need those moved back away from the road. The other thing I would like to bring to attention is those drivers. I can tell you back a few years ago that I went in and did some snow removing one day, and I had a truck. I was going out one of our roads, and I had somebody that came up behind me when I went across the intersection. They weren't there at that time, and I pushed what snow I had across another road and got it off the highway. Well, I had to back up. Well, when I did, I had this horn that was blowing. You know, it was just coming out of nowhere, and they were right behind me, and I was trying to back up so I could get back in order not to get hit. But again, if you can't see the driver's eyes, please be aware that he may not see you as well. So it's very important not to follow too close, especially behind any salt trucks and plows. So.
Well, gentlemen, thank you for all that you all do to keep us safe this winter. Not only you all, but our state crews and our city crews. I know you all work so well together.